Oh, two wolves. Here I am, June 15th, and I want to give you something a little bit positive, something that's being done proactively and very positively in regard to cleaning up some of the massive debris washing in on Pacific beaches. This is http colon backslash backslash www.aquablog.ca. And this is from the Vancouver Aquarium, June 13th, 2012. Aquarium explorers clean shorelines in Haida Gwaii. And they are working quite closely with First Nations groups. So this is a very positive thing. This is their blog. Okay? There's a picture of a beach in Haida Gwaii. So it's a very interesting website in general. Actually, the Vancouver Aquarium. There's the beach. Beautiful Haida Gwaii with debris. A group of Vancouver Aquarium explorers, led by our president and CEO John Nightingale, has just returned from Haida Gwaii, where they found significant increases in marine debris on the west coast of Moresby, which is the southern island. Discussions with area residents, Haida watchmen, and others who frequently travel in the area corroborated the dramatic increase in floating marine debris, much of it's plastic. Whether this increase in debris comes from the debris field making its way across the Pacific following the tsunami in Japan is not completely certain, but the timing and composition of the debris means much of it likely came from land based sources. Each year, the Vancouver Aquarium organizes trips for people to explore unique parts of the world as part of our mission to better understand nature. This year's travel program was to Haida Gwaii and included 9 days in Guayhanas National Park Reserve aboard the cruising sailboat the Island Roamer Blue Water Adventures. The trip included a visit to the Anthony Island area in the very southern part of the island archipelago, an area which faces the open North Pacific Ocean. During this part of the trip, Dr. Nightingale, the 13 guests and Island Roamer crew of two, conducted a great Canadian shoreline cleanup presented by Loblaw Companies Limited of Bowles Beach on Kungut Island. I'm sorry if that's not pronounced correctly, which also faces the open Pacific Ocean. The beach was littered with marine debris consisting mostly of plastics. The 100-meter long beach was cleaned by the group, which then transported the bagged debris to the Parks Canada station on Ellen Island for disposal. We'd like to thank Parks Canada for their assistance in this first cleanup of 2012. Dr. Nightingale noted that during our 3 days in the areas facing the open Pacific, we observed plainly obvious amounts of floating plastic debris, noticeably more than we had seen on the east or Hecata Street side of Haida Gwaii. Floating pieces of foam of all types could be seen with the naked eye floating around the Island Roamer. In addition, all of the beaches we visited had plainly visible debris items, something not found in previous visits. The article goes on to talk a bit more about the trip and observations by others. One note in cleaning up Bowles Beach, the debris consisted of small amounts of expected and normally found rope floats and pieces of net from the fishing industry in the North Pacific. What was unexpected was the very large pile of foam-based debris. And there's that foam again we've been seeing, some of which look like partial sheets of foam building insulation. We also found hundreds of beverage bottles, which could also have been washed into the ocean from land during the tsunami. A survey of over 100 plastic beverage bottles contained any identification showed most to have Japanese characters. The Island Roamer, along with Goes and others, will monitor Bowles Beach during the rest of this summer and again in 2013. Because a small pocket beach was completely cleaned, it will provide a good measure for incoming new debris. There's some comments below. So visit the Vancouver Aquarium website and Aquablog, www.aquablog.ca. Thank you, Vancouver Aquarium, for being part of the proactive cleanup. Thank you, Parks Canada, and all the many volunteers. So this is a really good site to monitor what's going on Canadian beaches. Another point is that volunteers from the aquarium also recently rescued a seal, a baby seal off Haida Gwaii. So just a good website, excellent blog, and I wanted to leave you with something positive to think about. There is some hope. People are pitching in and soldiering on. All right. Have a great weekend. This is Two Wolves Out. See you later, eh?